Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your response on the last video. Let's get into some more World of Tanks facts. So, first point for today, people may not realise, but turret upgrades on which tanks they are available actually affect the base hit points of the vehicle. Here's a fully upgraded ISM with 1,500 hit points, however the stock turret has 1,400. So you can immediately tell in-game what turret an opponent is using, and I've used the ISM as an example because this is one of the tanks that what turret it has completely changes how you engage the vehicle. This stock turret is from the IS, it has a massive cupola, it's very easy to engage and destroy if you see an ISM with 1,400 hit points. However, if you see it with 1,500, you know it's going to be a hold down beast and very, very hard to deal with. You know that unless you are displaying percentage in game instead of HP left out of total, and if you're doing that, just stop. What are you doing? So not only do hit points of enemy vehicles indicate how far upgraded they are, right? You can often tell if something's got the top gun or the stock gun depending on their hit points if you know the fully upgraded hit points of a vehicle, for example. But it's worth noting that stock turrets have their merits and their uses as well in some specific game circumstances. Take the Sherman Jumbo for example. This is a tank where the stock turret has considerably weaker armor. The fully upgraded turret has weaker armor than the stock turret. Sure, it has 40 better view range, which is huge. It has a better traverse speed as well. But that armor difference is massive, right? And it's worth noting that there's a 30 hit point difference between them. So if you see a Sherman Jumbo and it's got 30 hit points less than normal, you know its turret is incredibly well armored, right? There's another point with this. If you look at the campaigns, let's look at some of the hard missions. T-55A, Heavy Tank number 12, bounce 3 times your hit points in damage and do 2,000 damage yourself. Let's take an example, the T-29. Where's our bad T-29? Here we go. It's a tank that has nuance as well. Its stock turret has exactly the same armor profile as the upgraded turret. All that's changed is the view range. But what that means is that a fully upgraded T-29 has 1,250 hit points, whereas a stock one, with the stock turret at least, has 1,150, meaning if you're on Heavy Tank number 12, you will have to bounce 300 points less damage to complete your mission. So stock turrets can have their uses in these specific circumstances. So there are some statistics in the game that can be very misleading. If we look at our tier 9 German light tank, the RU-251, it states that it has 10 degrees of gun depression. That is true, however, there's nuance to it. Let's look at tanks.gg here. Down here we got gun constraints, and you can see that over the front of the vehicle, it's only 5.8 degrees, whereas on the side, you then have 10 degrees of gun depression. And there are vehicles in the game that are like that do not display their gun depression unless it's over a specific part of their vehicle. Take a look at another example. The Waffenträger Panzer IV, although it doesn't show it particularly well in tanks.gg, I've found, it has far better gun depression over the back of the vehicle than it does over the front, hence why I'll often park it in reverse. It aids me in running away, and I have more flexibility when it comes to gun depression. Another example, the Leopard 1, 9 degrees of gun depression, 0 degrees of gun depression over the back of the vehicle. The Oaho has tits that stop its gun depression in front of the vehicle. So if you have ever thought, I really should be able to hit that, I have so-and-so gun depression, you may find that you are playing one of these vehicles that only has access to its full stated gun depression over a specific part of the vehicle. And it's worth coming to tanks.gg, looking at this armor profile, and just seeing if there's areas where you don't have full access to that gun depression, so that you can make sure to avoid them during gameplay. So for this one, I'll thank Sweeney Boy for helping me out, or Sweeney Boy, I don't really know how you pronounce that, but I will be murdering him shortly. So, one thing that's interesting is that the shell arc and the travel time of these British dirt guns, these howitzers in particular, and probably some dirt guns on some other tanks as well, their travel time are so slow and their shell arc so high that you can actually play them kind of like artillery. Here's an example. Right now, I cannot see Sweeney Boy. I cannot see him. Alright? But you bet your ass I can kill him. So, I do not have direct line of sight on this guy, and yet I can shoot him because of the arc that this gun will take to hit its opponent, and this will only work in third person. Look how far I can go and still be able to shoot him. Right? Look at that! I can't see even close to him, but if I zoom out into third person, wham bam kajam, enemy tank killed from behind a ridge line. Now that's magic. Okay, our fun fact for today. The Yak Panther 2 has 1,150 hit points, whereas the Yag Tiger at tier 9 has 2,100 hit points. That is an increase by going up one tier of 950 hit points. That is the highest jump in the entire game. Ain't that a bitch? So, thank you for watching and learning again, and honestly, I am close to running out of ideas in this fact series, so do please comment some more interesting facts and things about World of Tanks that I may not know, I may not be aware of, down in the comments, and if I use them in the next video, I'll be sure to credit you with giving me the idea for them. Thank you very much. Do leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Check out the previous episodes in this fact series, and farewell.